thrifting ain't easy, unless you're watching me. Welcome, you're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. This weekend review is tinged with a hint of melancholy, and without question, they're my least favorite weekend videos to do. Granted, in light of recent events, this is one that couldn't be put off any longer. Michael Madsen, Julian McMahon, all of those kids that camped missing in the Texas flash floods. The question of the day which ties all of these tragedies together is one that we're quite sick of asking. Really, two questions. 1. Why do the good die young? 2, and most especially,
when is enough? Enough! When?
Ultimately, it's when God decides enough is enough, since only He knows when it's all time to go, young and old. We can sit around here and sulk about it, which makes the time go by no faster, or we can get the most out of life that we can, especially when we're trying to do the legacies of our favorite, now fallen, actors and pop culture icons justice. Which is what the April 21st edition of People magazine published earlier this year intended to do, by remembering Val Kilmer, who left us on April Fool's Day of all days at the age of 64, thanks to pneumonia. Throat cancer having taken away his voice in his mid-50s. And Aaron Carter, whose fate befell him in November 5th, 2022, at the age of 34. This was purchased for 10 cents at Book Barn in Denville Township, and this review will be bookended with 2 things to lighten up the mood. The first thing can be found here in the Star Chatter section. Quote, I had a feeling of recognition, like, oh, there's my boyfriend. Lauren Graham. Oh, Lauren, Lorelei, honey, here I am, waiting for you. And yet, 3,000 miles away and an infinite amount of miles from reality. This is her on her first reaction to the Gilmore Girls script at a Paley Fest event. It's a part, but hey, a guy and a girl can dream, can they? Really, I'm this close to jumping off the deep end and buying the Gilmore Girls DVDs. This is the latest item to push us closer to the point of no return, and it's the complete guide to Gilmoreisms, found only in the complete series DVD release. Yeah, I bought it separately without the DVDs, and you'll see this at some other point. And yes, I do have a thing for Lauren Graham. Next up, a fond farewell to Inside Edition anchor Deborah Norville, who at the age of 66 will be stepping down after 30 years anchoring the program, making her the longest-running female anchor in U.S. TV history. Ever since I bought her book, The Way We Are, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Inside Edition, and ever since she became one of my ex-followers, formerly Twitter followers, because of that review, I've long been an avid fan of Inside Edition and Deborah. By the way, I hold her in no higher regard as I do any other of my followers or subscribers. I got equal love for all of y'all. But as far as respectable tabloid TV news magazine hosts go, Deborah, I love you the most, and I'm sad to see you go. But hey, it's only a few years before you do your own talk show. I mean, you're venturing off to do your own game show for CBS Media Ventures. It's only a matter of time. By the way, Inside Edition wasted no time picking Deborah's successor. Eva Pilgrim, formerly of ABC's GMA3, will take the reins in the fall. 2 more bittersweet farewells await us, and we begin with Val Kilmer, remembering the rebel. The Top Gun actor reached the heights of Hollywood stardom, but he was a true original who trusted his own indomitable spirit above fame. He behaved poorly, bravely, and bizarrely, but has no regrets. And if he had to go down, at least he left a good body of work to be remembered by. Top Secret, Willow, in which he met his only wife, Joanne Whalley. Batman Forever, The Doors, Tombstone, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and the role that really made him a household name, Top Gun. At the behest of director Joseph Kosinski and producer star Tom Cruise and producer Jerry Bruckheimer, he reprised his role in Top Gun Maverick, which ironically is playing right now as I'm speaking on Paramount Network. My aide is watching it, having never watched it before. Throat cancer all but ended his Hollywood career, but his son Jack narrated his own autobiographical silver screen documentary, Val, which chronicled his illustrious and troubled life, on and off screen. Even though his love life was somewhat tarnished, butthole in the lives of Cher and Cindy Crawford and Joanne Wally and Daryl Hannah, his life on and off the screen, when remembered by his peers and his fans, is intact and is eternal. This next farewell is a bit more bittersweet and more personal for me, and that would be Aaron Carter at the age of 34. His sister Angel Carter opens up about her late twin brother. He was just too broken. His pain, along with the deaths of other siblings, Leslie and Bobby Jean, his sisters, and their father, Robert, are all chronicled in the two-part Paramount Plus documentary, The Carters, It Hurts to Love You. I'm not going to get into the deets about that. This four-page article does it for me. But I will say a couple of things in relation to Aaron Carter. One, the first time I heard about him, and only time I heard about him, was seeing his music video for his song Saturday Night, which I first watched and heard about on Fetched with Buffman on PBS Kids GO, and their foray to the reality game show field. 3 of the 6 fetchers were challenged to create a music video with their own grandparents using that song because of Rutt's conundrum of hiring a pop star to be on his show, and he had to bail because of some cat modeling show. Hey, I'm a kid of a certain age, and Fetched with Buffman was king, top dog in this house. 2, the director of The Carters, It Hurts to Love You, shared some of her experiences as a child star, knowing all too well the perils and perks of achieving such stardom at such a young age. Punky Brewster, Soleil Moon Frye, having shared her story in the award-winning Hulu documentary Kid 90. She's not afraid of telling the tales of other people in her situation and in Aaron's who can no longer speak for themselves, and she does so right here in this piece. Director Soleil Moon Frye's inspiring connection with Angel, who she calls an incredible young woman. Well, Angel's bravery as a mom and wife and sibling is certainly to be marveled. However, I gotta say this. As many of you know, I have a deep crush on Soleil Moon Frye. Beautiful, talented, and certainly graceful. She is one of the great loves of my life. So it is with a certain amount of guilt that I do say that if she wasn't in this issue, this whole magazine would still be at book bond right now, waiting for somebody else to come pick it up and say, why did the good die young? And by the way, Soleil Moon Frye, for all of her troubles in the 90s as a teen, is a survivor herself. If not, she wouldn't have done this documentary. Now, one last thing to lighten up the mood, and that is a visit to Wishbone Kitchen with Meredith Hayden. This culinary TikToker is just heating up. Landing the cover of People Magazine's digital spring entertaining issue and sharing a few recipes from her Wishbone Kitchen cookbook. Perfect for spring entertaining. Boozy blueberry and basil lemonade, blueberry jam, and cat head biscuits. Plus, she gives you a few tips on how to host a party like Hayden by making it pop with flowers, sending guests home with leftovers, and knowing your crowd. A mix of new friends and old friends really keeps the festivities lively and comfortable. By the way, she's single, having broken up with a long-term boyfriend after buying their very first house, which would end up being her very own first house. Her very own barn, really. And while she's not open to dating just yet, she says she's not an ice queen. While there may be no precedent when it comes to TikTokers dating their fans or pseudo-fans with no TikTok accounts, hey Meredith, I'm available, and I love an honest-to-goodness content broadcaster who knows their way around the stove. So, TikTok me, that's the newfangled version of call me. I have no high hopes, or no sense of reality. Hey, when it comes to celebrity crushes, big and small, my heart is pretty much ungoverned, and it just leaps wherever and whenever it wants to, with whoever it wants to. Because of Soleil Moon Frye and Meredith, I gotta give it the max of 5 out of 5 claps. That's about it. I'm gonna let you go on and enjoy your Saturday night and make it a party, y'all! But please, I beg you, on behalf of the families of Val Kilmer and Aaron Carter, do so responsibly, in the company of good friends and a family that's there for you no matter what. After all, when we soar to the skies just like Val Kilmer did in Top Gun, we want to go guns a-blazing. Thanks for tuning in. Just so you know, there's no limit to bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Please go ahead and check out another awesome review like this one by clicking here, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here. Until next time, I'll catch you, as I always do, on the flip side.